What's going on, everybody? It's EricRayweather back here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you one of the most important defensive tips for Madden 19. This tip can single-handedly win you games. Now, if this is your first time checking out the channel, you new guys that have just got the game for Christmas, you're just checking out the channel for your first time, if you want to stay up to date, not just this year, but even to the years into the future, Madden 20, Madden 21, I'm always going to be dropping the best tips and tricks, gameplay, and news surrounding Madden. So if that's stuff that interests you, consider hitting the subscribe button below, and if you do that, make sure you hit the bell icon. That way you join the notification squad. Basically what that's going to do is notify you every time I drop a new video, so you're always up to date, so you want to make sure to be on that. Now today what we're going to talk about is going to be a very quick video today, one of my quicker videos, because you know I usually can kind of drag them out a little bit, talk a little bit too much, but we're going to talk about how to completely shut down the QB sneak in short situations. And some of you might be thinking, well, why is this that big of a deal and it's going to win you games? Well, because in Madden, quite honestly, there's multiple times almost every game where not only your opponent, you yourself, but your opponent is going to be in those, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, 4th and inches situations, and the average online player goes to the QB sneak like 95% of the time in these situations, because against most defenses, it is like an automatic half a yard to a full yard. If you have a 3rd and 1, people think, okay, 2 QB sneaks, first down. 4th and inches, QB sneak is almost an automatic first down. And that's true because most of the time people like to use, the wrong goal line defense, or they like to use a 3-4 defense, and it's very hard to stuff it with a 3-down line. A lot of people don't know that. So what you want to do in these situations, and why this is going to win you games, is because this essentially pretty much guarantees anytime your opponent's in this situation, if they try to pull this out, this guarantees that you're taking a drive away from them and you're giving yourself an extra possession. And in Madden, we only have so many possessions each game. It's very limited. So what you want to do is you want to go to the goal line 5-3-3. This is in every single defensive playbook, and you want to use the play gaps all. Now, all you have to do to stop the QB sneak is very simple, very easy to set up. You pinch the D-line and you crash it down. So to pinch your D-line, it's LB or L1 down on the left stick. To crash them down, it's LB or L1 down on the right stick. And that's it. That's all you have to do. And if they try to QB sneak you, this is what's going to happen every single time. This defensive tackle is going to stuff it. He's going to get no gain every single time. If anything, I think you even maybe lose like a couple inches on this. You can see here, ball's on the 30. Brady's trying to go forward. You see the ball never actually fully crosses the 30-yard line. So if they need inches, they're not getting it. Again, pinch D-line, crash it down. That is all you have to do every single time. Stuffed every single time. And this is huge because let's say you got a 3rd and 1 and someone pulls out the QB sneak, and then boom, you stuff it, right? What the average person thinks is, oh, that was just a fluke, let me run it again. Or if it's 3rd and inches, they run it, you stuff them, no gain. They're like, oh, that was just a fluke, they got a lucky animation, let me run it again. They think, if I run it 2 or 3 times, I'm going to get that yard. No, every time you're getting the same result. So it's going to take your opponent getting stuffed by this 2, maybe 3 times before they realize, oh, he really just has a defense that means I can't run this. So this does a couple things for you. If any drive of the game this happens, you pretty much guarantee you're going to get the stop and get the ball back. So that's a plus for you. You're giving yourself an extra possession, and you're taking one away that, taking potential points away from your opponent. But another way this helps you is, let's say the game comes down to this, and this is like you were up 3 or 4 and they're on the 1-yard line and they're trying to go for the win, and they're like, I can just QB sneak 2 or 3 times to get in the end zone. No, you're going to stuff them every single time, and they will lose the game because they were not ready for it. They didn't know that you had that defense. Now, the other thing you have to keep in mind is sometimes people see this, they might try to trick you and go with the toss. And you're thinking, well, the toss will be wide open. This actually does a decent job at defending the toss. You always want to be on this middle linebacker and just play the toss. Most people are gonna run the toss to the side with the 2 tight ends. As you can see right here, we got Gronkowski and Hollister. Most people are gonna run the toss to the strong side, not the weak side. So what you want to do is just play the toss every play, because you don't need this linebacker to stop the QB sneak. So every play, you want to just shoot out here and try to help contain the toss yourself. And that time the computer spun us out. But I'm going to show you a better way to kind of set this up against the toss. So you always do your pinch, right? Your pinch and your crash, but then you want to take this further outside guy, you want to slide him out a little bit. Now, you don't need to do that to stop the toss. You will still stop the toss a majority of the time by not doing that, but it's a little bit better. So again, you always want to play the toss. So you see there, I was going to play the toss, they went for the sneak. It didn't affect anything. We still completely stuffed the sneak. You don't need the linebacker right here in order for the quarterback to get hit. So you always want to play the toss. You always want to shoot out, and you see there a loss of 2 yards. Why? Because we're pretty much setting the edge with that outside guy who is Derwin James right here as a safety, which means he has a good block shed as well. He's not a cornerback. He's going to have better block shed. He's containing that edge. So you see, he's going to always got to get this outside edge and shoot down. So it's going to be hard for us to take this outside. If we try to take it all the way outside, he's going to kind of set the edge, get an arm on us, and trip us up. Kind of like what happens here. We get tripped up trying to cut it back in, but we can't even cut it back inside because we have these two guys, us and the other linebacker, computer control guy. Every gap is covered essentially. So even if they try to trick you and go with a toss play, you're good. Now if you want to slide the other guy out over here just to protect the toss to the left, you can do that as well. But typically most people aren't going to try to toss it that way. So again, you see they try to pull out the toss here. We're playing the toss. Again, they're losing yards because simply there's a containment on the outside and we're filling the gap. So no matter what they want to do, whether it be the toss or the QB sneak, they're getting stuffed every time, and you're guaranteeing yourself in these short yardage situations that they can't go to this. So once you stop them a few times, maybe when they get in these situations, maybe they just punt it, or maybe they go shotgun or they try to run something else. But that's still, you're dictating what they have to do. You're not giving them the easy, let me just hike the ball and fall forward for a first down. You're making them have to actually go a harder route to pick up those yards. So definitely implement this into your game plan. It's very simple. Anybody can do it. A beginner can do it, but even the pros, this is what they do. This is how they stop it, because they're not going to let you get easy free yards. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, as always, just drop a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.